Good morning, students. Let us come back and learn the last concept of this particular topic, that is power of lens and combination of lenses. In the last session, we have already learned what is the power of lens. The reciprocal of focal length is called power of lens. The reciprocal of focal length is called as power of lens, and it is denoted by F, and its sign it is diopter. Use of the unit power is rather more convenient for opticians who use different lenses, combine them to produce a lens of different focal length. It is convenient for the opticians to use rather than using focal length. Focal length is expressed in terms of meter or in terms of centimeter, whereas the power is expressed in terms of diopter. When you go to eye specialist, ophthalmologist, when he tests your eyes, during testing of your eyes, he keeps a frame, lens holding frame. Then he goes on keeping different lenses and asks you to read the alphabets there. While you are reading, small letters, some letters will be seen clearly, some will not be seen clearly, some will be seen blurred. Then he keeps another lens, and afterwards he keeps one or two lenses, three lenses combined together. So when he combines these lenses together in a frame, the combination of the lenses which are in contact gives us a total lens of different focal length. It gives us total lens of different power. So that is what we are learning, combination of lenses. So when you combine lenses of different powers, combined lenses means if you keep the lenses in contact, when you keep the lenses in contact, then the net power of the lens, the net power of the lens means total power of such combined lenses kept in contact becomes equal to the sum of the powers of the individual lenses. Suppose P1, P2, P3 and so on are the powers of lenses kept in contact. Then the net power of the lens, the net power of the lenses. Net means total or resultant. Net means total or resultant power of the lenses. If it is taken as P, becomes equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 and so on. Here we have used only three lenses kept in contact. So total power of the three lenses in such case becomes P1 plus P2 plus P3. Suppose you have taken only two lenses. If two lenses of power P1 equal to plus 2 diopter and P2 equal to minus 0.75 diopter, then what is the, if two such lenses, one is convex, if you can see the positive power represent convex lens and the negative power of the lens represents concave lens. When such a combination takes place, it acts like one convex lens and another concave lens. How does this combination act? So to find the total result of this, total net power system, P becomes equal to P1 plus P2. So it's very simple to add now. 2 plus 2 minus 0.75. So thus it becomes 1.25 plus 1.25. Such combined lengths, although it is having concave lens here, the combined lens kept in contact with each other acts as convex lens. Convex lens of 1.25 diopter. So what will be its focal length then? The focal length should also be positive. When the power is positive, 1.25 diopter, the focal length should also be positive. So we know that F is equal to 1 by P. So 1 by P means 1 upon 1.25. So these are all in the SI units. So this, if you simplify, it becomes 100 divided by 125. So if you simplify, 25 4s are 25 5s are 4 by 5. 0.8 meter, because focal length is expressed in meter. 0.8 meter means focal length of such power point plus 125 diameter is equal to 80 centimeter. This is in meter, this is in centimeter. This is how we should be able to identify whenever there is a combination of lenses. Why should we learn about combination of lenses? Look at this. You will be using camera. Now cameras are quite common. Every mobile is having a camera. I am in front of you talking to you with the help of this video camera, right? So the cameras can be adjusted for a long distance pictures as well as short distance pictures. How is this adjustment being done? So there is a lens combination in the camera lenses. So with the help of combination of lenses, the focal length can be adjusted. For far away distance, focal length can be adjusted to have a long focal length, so that power will be reduced. For obtaining the picture which is very close, the focal length will be adjusted such that it should be able to focus on the matter which is very close. Then focal length should be reduced. So these are all zoom in, zoom out options. With the help of zoom in and zoom out, we will be able to vary the focal lengths and we will be able to vary the powers. So there is a combination of lenses in the cameras. So also in all various optical instruments like microscopes, telescopes, binoculars, we use various optical instruments wherein you will find such combination of lenses to adjust for far away distance objects and close by distance objects. That's why this simple equation helps us how is that the power of the lenses can be increased, can be decreased whenever the lenses are kept in contact with each other and the total power is calculated. Now one simple question. You may be wearing the goggles in the hot summer days. Goggles give us cooling effect. That cooling effect of the goggles is because of their important optical phenomenon called as polarization that reduces the intensity of light. That polarization and reduction of intensity, how does it happen? That you are going to learn in 12th class. But in this class, how is that? Although the goggle which you wear is appearing to be having a curved surfaces but doesn't have any power, it has zero power. The goggle which a good quality goggle the people wear doesn't have any power. How? Why? How is it so? Although it is having curved surfaces. Remember, a goggle will have the goggle lens is combined with two lenses to make the effective parallel to make effective lens to have zero power. Zero power means suppose it is having one convex lens, another concave lens, then total power of the lens becomes zero. But when it is having convex lens, it will be having plus P, and concave lens should also be having same power with negative P. So when you add plus P and minus P, it becomes zero. So power of the goggle glasses is zero. This is how you need to understand. This is application part of combination of lenses. Now let us solve one problem which is asked by Shiv Kumar. It's very interesting problem. Student uses two lenses. One lens of 40 centimeter focal length, means plus 40 centimeter focal length. Another lens minus 20 centimeter focal length. I think you got the point. One lens plus 40 centimeter, another lens minus 20 centimeter. Identify the type of lenses. So definitely the lens which is having plus 40 centimeter is having positive focal length, therefore it is a convex lens, converging lens. Another lens is having minus 20 centimeter. So minus 20 centimeter focal length implies that it is a concave lens, diverging lens, therefore it is a concave lens. You are asked to find out what is their power. We can solve this problem right now. Okay, look at this simple problem. A student uses a lens of focal length 40 centimeter, another lens of minus 20 centimeter. Let us take this focal length as f1 equal to 40 centimeter. This another lens of focal length f2 equal to minus 20 centimeter. Write the nature and power of each lens. Answer. First question is to write the nature and the power of each lens. Second question is, what is the power of combination? What is the power of combination if they are kept in contact with each other? Okay, we will solve one by one. First lens, let us say f1 equal to 40 centimeter. 40 centimeter means, remember, it is always plus 40 centimeter. Therefore, it should be converging lens. Converging lens or convex lens. And calculate its power. Power P1 of this lens is equal to 1 by f1. So this is in centimeter. So 1 which is there in the numerator is in meter. So 1 meter divided by f1 in centimeter. Therefore, we can write it as 1 meter divided by f1 in centimeter. Convert that also into meter. So it becomes 0.4 meter. That is 0.4 meter. Remember this. Most of you will commit mistake here itself. Directly will take 1 by 40. That is wrong. If at all you want to write in terms of centimeter, this 1 meter must be converted into centimeter. Then it becomes 100 divided by 40. 100 divided by 40. That implies plus 2.5 diopter. So the sign of power is diopter. P1 is equal to plus 2.5 diopter. Now similarly, F2 is equal to minus 20 centimeter. So minus 20 centimeter implies, in terms of SI, it is minus 0.2 meter. So this is definitely a diverging lens. That is concave lens. Nature of this concave lens is it is diverging the rays. So it is diverging lens. Now calculate P2. P2 equal to 1 upon F2. 1 F2. So just substitute the value of F2. So it becomes minus 1 upon 0.2. So we should not write centimeter, we should write in meter, 0.2. So it becomes 10 by 2 with negative sign, minus 5 diopter, minus 5 diopter. So this is 1, this is second. Now in case if they are combined by keeping them in contact, that becomes the second problem. If these are kept in contact, you can calculate their net power, and how does that net power of the combined lens system behave? Does it behave like convex or does it behave like a concave? Let us see. When they are kept in contact, net power P is equal to P1 plus P2. See, P1 is positive plus 2.5. P1 is positive, P2 is negative minus 5 diopter. So thus it becomes minus 5 plus 2.5. So thus it becomes minus 2.5 diopter. So minus 2.5 diopter implies that this combined lens system acts as diverging lens system. Diverging lens system. I think you got the point. Diverging lens system means this combined lens system acts as a concave lens finally. Therefore, combined lens system acts as a diverging lens, totally a diverging lens or concave lens of power minus 2.5. You can calculate, if you want, you can calculate what is the total focal length. What is the total focal length? F is equal to 1 by P minus 1 by 2.5, 10 by 25. So 10 by 25 means 5 2s are 5 5s are. So it becomes 2 by 5. So it becomes 0.8 meter, that is 80 centimeter. Minus 80 centimeter minus 0.8, that is minus 2 by 5, that is minus 0.8. Minus 0.8 is equal to minus 80 centimeter. Means it acts as concave lens of focal length minus 80 centimeter. So this is how we need to solve the problems. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, if you have doubts, please ask me through WhatsApp. Otherwise, we will continue with refraction through prism. Refraction through prism. So structure of eye and colorful nature, it is deleted from the syllabus. So we can directly start studying the refraction of light through prism. Very interesting. It forms a spectrum. What is it called? A beautiful color pattern obtained on the screen when the light travels through a prism. When the white light travels through prism, it is called as spectrum, and the phenomenon is called as dispersion. All these things we are going to learn tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.